All right, so welcome back to another freeCodeCamp tutorial. In this tutorial, what we'll do is something different. Instead of work on a project, what we're going to do is we're actually going to work on a series of freeCodeCamp's tutorial. As you guys probably know, I'm a pretty huge fan of freeCodeCamp because they have so many content that you can learn for free. And um, so this time what we're going to do is we're actually going to start to talk about nodeJS. So if you haven't heard of nodeJS before, nodeJS is a runtime JavaScript runtime environment that allows developers to write backend or server-side programs in JavaScript, otherwise known as full-stack JavaScript. So instead of like previously, what we have to do in Flask or Django is we have to use like JavaScript, HTML, CSS, that good stuff for front end, but we have to use Python for back end. Well, in this time, we don't need to use Python for backend. We can still use JavaScript for backend as well. Although I have to warn you here is the point for JavaScript is not for backend; it's still for front end. But Node.js is a really powerful tool and it's growing popularity among the years. So I think it'll be valuable to take a look in Node.js, and we're gonna go through this using freeCodeCamp and work on some projects. All right, so we're just gonna read through this. So if you, so I'm just going to read through this. I will read this. So Node.js comes with a handful of built-in modules, small independent programs that help facilitate this purpose. Some of the modules include HTTP, a server module file system, modified file, path, directory, and testing. Express, while not included in Node.js, is another module usually used with it. Express runs between a server created by Node.js and the front end of web application. Express also handles an application's routing. Okay, so this is like in Flask is equivalent as at app.route, where in Django it's basically urls.py. And the front end page of routing directs user to the correct page based on their interaction with the web application. While there are alternatives to using Express, its simplicity make it a good place to begin while learning the interaction between a backend powered by Node.js and the front end. Work on these challenge, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Let's see. When this challenge will involve writing your current glitch for our start project. After completing each challenge, you can copy your public glitch URL to the homepage of your app into the challenge screen test. Optionally, you may choose to write your project in another platform, but it must publicly visible for our testing. Alright, and then, so here we go. So I already cloned this. This is my glitch app, and you can see I didn't write any of these code. I just cloned this. So I will link the whole tutorial in the description down below if you want to take a look, as well as my glitch. But I suggest when you try out yourself before you're watching me to do stuff. And then, but let's go and get started. So go to first lesson. During the development process, it is important to be able to check what's going on in our code. Not just a JavaScript environment, but if you don't have a JavaScript, you know what is JavaScript? I will link a card to where I have a JavaScript tutorial as well. You can take a look at that, and then so you can pick up Node.js. So you do need some JavaScript experience, or general program experience as well. So you can use the console to display useful debug information. On your local machine, you will see the console output in a terminal. On glitch, you can open the logs. We recommend to keep this log open. By reading logs, or the nature of error may occur. Alright, so we want to go ahead log hello world. So this is probably the most basic one. And I would actually go ahead and uncomment this. And then open the log. Okay, well, looks like our first error already. Unexpected. Okay, so it keeps saying 300 RGUs or something. Well, we're off a great start. I guess we're just gonna comment this line back down for just a sec. Okay, port 3000. So nothing. Okay. Okay, so let's go start to console.log. And then we're just gonna say console.log hello world. So this is pretty basic. How to log information. Hello world, as we can see. And let's go ahead and copy this. Paste this. Alright. Yep. Nice. So off a great start. We indeed see the console. Alright. Start a working Express server. In the first two lines of my app.js, you can see how easily it is to create an Express app object. Yep. But I'm still wondering what's happening under here. This Express object. Okay, well, I hate to see these four words together. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I hate to read these four words because then you can take a look at my Wikipedia viewer project. We're stuck on course for how really long, and then I just like use Ajax to solve it. But well, let's go back to Node here, and then by the way, I'm going to record 20 minutes. So however I can name 20 minutes, I'm gonna cut that as a day. In the first line of my first two line app.js, you can see how easily it is to create Express app object. This object has several methods, and you'll learn many of them in these challenges. One fundamental method is app.listen, which take a parameter called port. It tells your server to listen to a given port, putting it in a running state. So what is a port if you don't know it? So a port is, especially in local development, and when you start React app, you might see something like what you might say something like 127.0.0.1:5000. The 5000 is a port. And in this case, we're just going to use the 3000 port. So let's serve our first first string. In Express route takes in the following structure: app.method, parenthesis pass, and handler. Dot method. It's an HTTP method in lowercase. Pass is relatively passed on this server. It can be a string or even regex, regular expression. Handler is a function that Express calls when this function gets called. Handler takes a form, a function, res, and then this object. Okay. Basically, let's see. I'm not sure. Do I know this or not? But okay, so use app.get. Okay, let's see app.get. Is that how you do it? Okay, I didn't see any errors. And then we'll say res.send hello world. Let's take a look, see whether this works or not. And indeed, we saw hello world. Yay. Actually, let me move this left a little bit. Yeah, we see hello world. So that's actually how you send in Node looks like. So you're going to use app.get. The first parameter you're going to say is which route is this. So right now, this means index route. And then with a callback function, takes into two parameter request and response. And then basically just going to say response does send hello world as a string. And then let's go take a look. Can we do any string we want or just a specific string? Oh, Hello Express. Okay, so Hello Express here. Hello Express. And then let's put it here. Yep, we complete that as well. Alright, let's moving on. Alright, so you can respond to request with a file using REST set file with pass method. You can put it inside of app.get route handler behind the scene. This method will set appropriate headers to instruct your browser how to handle the file you want to send according to its type. And then it will read and send the file. This method will need an absolute pass file pass. We recommend you to use no global variable __ dir name to calculate the pass like this. Absolute pass __ dir name plus relative pass slash file.exe. Send the slash views slash index.html as a get request to the index path. If you view the live app, you should see big HTML heading and a form that we'll use later with no style applied. You can edit the solution of the previous challenge or create a new one. If you create a new solution, do keep in mind express. Okay. Alright, so this basically told us that we're just going to comment this line out for now. Oops. I forgot I'm not in VS Code and keep typing the shortcut. Alright. Here we go. Okay, so now in here we're going to say app.get. And then here we're going to say function rec_res, and then we set file instead. Is it dir name? Let me take a look whether it's dir name already defined to us or not. Okay, it is defined to us. So so here we'll go ahead and say first is send a file. How do we send a file? Rest.send file. Okay, with a pass, so dir name, right, plus relative pass, so plus views slash index.html. Is that how we do it? Well, let's take a look, see what's happening here. No such. Okay, so let's go add a / here as well. And then let's take a look. Yay! Now you can see a header, so we can use __ dir name, and then plus with the relative path to this app. So we're going to it's in the views directory, and it's the index.html that we want to serve. And then indeed we see a form and a big HTML heading. Not used until challenge number 12. Alright. See, I complete this challenge. Alright, let's see. So it's already 14 minutes. I guess we'll do 2 or 3 more. Okay. Alright, basic Node and Express serve static assets. HTML server usually have one or more directory that are accessible by user. You can place the static assets needed by your application, style sheet, script, image. In Express, you can put in place this functionality in the middleware. Express the static path. What path is the absolute path of the folder containing the asset. If you don't know what a middleware is, don't worry, we'll discuss detail later. Basically, middleware are functions that intercepts route handler, adding some kind of information. And middleware need to be mounted using the method app.use pass, comma, middleware function. The first pass argument is optional. If you don't pass it, the middleware will be executed in all requests. Mount express the static for our request was app.use, and then here's the assets folder. So let's go ahead and add this. App.use, and then it's going to be taking this parameter, this function. We don't need to pass because we just want to execute everything, every route, and then the assets folder, which is here, underscore journey plus /public. And let me add the quotation marks. Let's see. Yay, now we can see we do have style applied to this web page as well. So now what I'm wondering is, it looks like that it didn't exit. It's like didn't. I think is I should add this way at the top, because this is we need to predefine it somehow, but it looks like we didn't. We can just put it at the bottom and we'll get executed anyway. So that's something to know. So you can, I think you can add this to anywhere you want. Not you don't have to add this at the top. And then let's go ahead and put my glitch here. Alright, we'll go ahead and take a look, do one more challenge for today. So serve JSON on a specific route. While an HTML server serves, you guessed it, HTML, an API serves data. A REST, or representation of state transfer API, allows data exchange in a simple way without the need for client to know anything about the server. The client will need to know where the resources is, or the the endpoint, and the client need to know where action to perform. For example, it's either get or post HTTP request. Let's create a simple API response at the pass JSON. So use a method rest.json, pass in, and then valid. It's going to, so in here, gonna substitute a valid JavaScript object, key data. Okay. So we want to send this basically. Okay. Let's see. So basically, we want to send this JSON object as /JSON route. So can we do that? We're gonna say app.get /JSON, and then function rest, and then in here we can say rest.json. Maybe you can just do it, copy paste here now. So this is the JavaScript object that we want to send. What? Okay, I'm just gonna type it. For some reason it didn't work. Message is hello JSON. Capitalize it just in case, and then let's see here, go to /JSON, and indeed we see a JSON object, and then here the key or the property is message, the value is hello JSON, and then let's go ahead and submit. Alright, so that's about it for this video, since it's already it's about 20 minutes now. So I'm just going to do a quick recap. What we talked about in this video is how basic about node. So how can we we recap console.log, and how to send some basic string, how to build a server using nodeJS and Express, how to like send a string or send a file, send a static file, and send a JSON. And then in the later tutorial, we'll go ahead and take a look, for example, this .in file, and we'll also take a look form processing as well, I believe. But for now, thanks for watching. If you do enjoy this video, feel free to leave a thumbs up or subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet. And feel free to comment below if you have any questions. I will respond to any comments, but don't quote me on that in the future. I also create a Discord channel if you want to join. Link in the description below. Also put some personal link. Make sure you join my raffle. But until next video. But until then, see you next video. Stay safe and have a nice day.